Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review and play FATED, The Silent Oath VR, a game by Frima Studio, released on the Steam Store, April 28th, 2016, for the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. It normally retails for $9.99. It does go on sale pretty often. I got this on a VR bundle actually, and I think I paid around 50 cents. If you can get it on sale, I think this game is a great deal given what's there. Even at the $9.99 price, I can recommend this game. However, keep in mind this game, although the production values are very high, it's like they ran out of money or ran out of funds and didn't finish either the game or the story. The game ends rather abruptly after a incident, and it just abruptly ends at that point after this incident that happens. That's pretty shocking. You're not expecting it, and then it just ends without a resolution to the story. From what I've read, there were plans for a chapter 2 to continue the story. But that was, it's been a while, and since 2016 without any updates, so I don't know at this point if there really are any plans to continue this story. It probably didn't sell well, that's probably why it was available on a bundle. So I would imagine there are no plans, and this is all the game they'll ever be. That's a shame, because this was the really good start of a really good story and a really good VR cinematic experience, but unfortunately it's not a finished product. It's not a finished story, and so it definitely brings down the whole experience, given that more than likely this is all there is. The visuals are top notch. The game ran smoothly on my 1060 GTX. I had no issues whatsoever. I did have to use an Xbox One controller. You do have to use a gamepad. Motion controllers do not work. And that does bring the experience down a bit. As you saw from my video, at the start of the game, you're using a bow and arrow for hunting deer. I think that part would have benefited a lot from the use of motion controllers. There's also other parts of the game, such as steering the cart, where I think motion controllers would have done a better job than using a gamepad. Also, the puzzles I think would have been better the way they're in this game with motion controllers than the use of the gamepad, because the way it works is not only are you using the gamepad, but for the puzzles themselves, there's a gaze navigation that you have to do to control the puzzles, and that just makes it a little clunky. There's some platforming here as well, so there's some light puzzles, some light action, if you want to call the bow and arrow part action, and some platforming to go along with the story. Now, with the story, every now and then you'll get a question, and you can either nod yes or shake your head no. I don't think it matters whether you nod your head or shake your head, what your answer is to the question. It seems the story's going to go along the same way no matter what. The reason I say that is because my answers really didn't seem to make a difference. If it was an answer that they didn't seem to like, they just ignored my answer and just went along anyways with the intended action. So it doesn't seem like your choices matter at all, and it's pretty obvious. Despite those issues though, I do recommend this game. I think it's a really good VR cinematic experience. Just keep in mind, this is basically a walking simulator for VR that's really narrative driven, and I like the story. I like where the story was going. It's just the abrupt end. It's like, oh my god, what just happened? Is it over? Did this thing just end? And yeah, roll credits is what happens. So it definitely leaves a bad taste in your mouth when the story ends so suddenly. But there are high production values here. The visuals are from 2016 and they still hold up even now in 2019. These are among some of the better visuals in VR and the animations for the most part are pretty good. There are some poor animations. There's some what I noticed were some poor walking animations, and you can clip through objects as well. But the issues didn't really detract too much from the experience, especially with the voice acting that I thought was I'm not going to say it was great, but it's definitely a lot better than the average that we get in VR. So I'm going to say it was good for that reason. And I liked it. They did a good job of giving you the story and making you feel like you're a part of this group that's going on this adventure. Now, your character is silent. You gave an oath to be silent, so that's the name of the title, FATED Silent Oath. So you only interact by, again, either nodding your head or shaking your head. Again, I do recommend this game. I'm going to give this game a 6.5 out of 10. Again, that's for the normal price of $9.99. I think there's enough here that I can recommend it, and I think it is an enjoyable experience as long as you have your expectations set correctly. So expect a walking simulator, a mostly cinematic experience with very basic gameplay. The puzzles are too easy. The platforming's easy. The bow and arrow is too easy. So don't expect a challenge from the gameplay. Just expect a really good story. Unfortunately, a story that ends abruptly, and we don't get to see the whole story play out. I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.